Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going over everything that you need to know about the new upcoming live event happening this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We have so much to go over, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and let's get right into this. The first thing I want to go over is the first preview of what I think is super important. This is the winter quest. Okay, so there's an owl outside the window. And then we see the owl again. Okay, so then we jump over to the secret Greek temple cutscene. And the reason why I feel like this is important is because I'll show you right here. Here's a deer. We have the boat reference right here. That's first reference. Another deer right here with the spots that transforms into what I thought originally was Lana.
Finally safe. I wish you safe passage to the final destination.
So right here again, first thing I want to point out is that this character is question mark, question mark, question mark. But then we have the owl again right here. So right here you see the owl flying away again. The reason why I think that this is important is for a couple reasons. The owl I looked up is like a sacred animal associated with Athena, goddess of wisdom, war, crafts. Owls symbolize in Greek a couple things. So, first, they see the truth in darkness, omens of change or even death. They can represent love, known as guides or messengers for the afterlife. Another thing I want to point out is the deer. Deer symbolize, again in Greek, the protection, harmony, spiritual connection. They also can represent cycle of life, regeneration, and rebirth. So I was doing a little digging and came across this article on Wiki, whatever you want to call it. But that character was not Lana. So excuse my ignorance, but I believe she's called Virginia. I'm going to call her I for right now. But in here it says, also known as question mark, question mark, question mark. So I want to point out real quick that it has been taken down since, but when DTI first released the live event for this Saturday, it did not have a title. It had question mark, question mark, question mark. So I feel as if this has some kind of reference to her, leading back to the secret Greek temple that we just saw. But there's a little bit of history in here. So if you go down, you can see she's a Greek mythology cutscene, or is in the Greek mythology cutscene. Is the daughter of A and Clytemnestra, sister of Electra and O. So in that cutscene, was she talking to her brother or was this a lover? We don't know much about her in the game, but we can infer her real name and her history from Greek mythology. She was seen at first as a deer, but then transformed into her normal self, and she says goodbye to O. She's purposely meant to look similar to Lana with light brown hairstyle into a bun. She wears a black hood on her head, dark black dress. So why I thought this was important was because this is not confirmed by DTI. All the following text is based on Greek mythology. So in Greek mythology, her father, A, was sacrificed her to Artemis in order to appease the goddess. However, before the soothsayer could plunge the knife into the girl's heart, Artemis descended from heaven, bringing her with her. A offends the goddess on his way to the Trojan War by hunting and killing one of the Artemis's sacred stags. She retaliates by preventing Greek troops from reaching Troy unless A kills his eldest daughter, Iphigenia. In some versions, she dies, and in others, Artemis rescues her. So in this version where she's safe, she goes to Torrens and meets her brother O. So the reason why I think this is so important is because if she is meant to look like Lana, maybe that was the plan all along, is that she was trying to look like Lana, get on the boat, and Lana is somewhere else. But where exactly is Lana? So, the first sneak peek that we got from Dress to Impress was this cutscene. So, again, this is Lana with her toy boat. This is the second reference of that same boat. And it's called Lana Loves Her New Toy Boat. First off, this video is 6 minutes and 28 seconds. So, what everybody is speculating is that the release for the summer update is going to be the 6th, meaning June, 28, meaning day. So, this month on the 28th, which is a Saturday, and we all know that Dress to Impress releases updates on Saturdays. So, in this, it spells out quest, and I did it on this, but it's capitalized. So we have the Q, the U right here, E for enjoys, S, swaying, and then the T. So in this paragraph, it says Lana continues to question her reality. The days seem familiar, yet something is always just slightly off. She loves her new toy boat, reminds her of something, but she doesn't quite understand what. Maybe it's from a dream or a memory that's buried too deep. The little boat fits perfectly in her hands, light but solid, like it was made just for her. Lana really enjoys fidgeting with it and swaying it around. Sometimes she imagines it's drifting through the waves, carrying tiny secrets she can't yet name. Other times she watches its shadow move across the floor like it's pointing her somewhere. It makes her feel calm but also a little lost. So again, this goes on for 6 minutes and 28 seconds. Now we do have this new flower, obviously the boat, but I think this passage is important because the next cutscene that we got was she sings with them below. So this video is 3 minutes and 16 seconds, and it just starts off with, the boat again, another reference, sitting on Lana's desk. Lana is not there, but we see kind of what would be like the ocean on the floor. And this goes on for about a minute. And then they start to come up like it's sinking underwater. So everything is sinking or floating up, I should say, because floating up would actually mean it was already underwater, I would assume. It says Justin Press been underwater this whole time. So I want to slow this down for you because this is very important. Keep watching. This toy boat comes up. Okay, so right here, you can see arms, which almost looks like those bracelets that we have in Dress to Impress. But then you see, I'm trying to point on the screen, then you can see what seems to look like arms grabbing the boat. And then we have this body right here. And it just keeps swimming. Then you can see a tail, which we're assuming is either a mermaid or a siren, swooping down and grabbing the boat. So the reason why I think this is so important is because if this is a siren, sirens are known for luring their victims, singing songs and trapping them, causing trance-like states of mind, leading sailors to crash or vanish. So if this is a siren, who do you think that siren is? Do you think that maybe it's Lena or another character that could be, putting Lana in this trance? I don't know how feasible it is, but my first thought when I saw that was, what if Lana is inside the boat? What if Dress to Impress is inside that boat? And I don't know. Like, it just seems not feasible. I don't know. What are your thoughts? But this boat has some type of significance. Did it bring Lana inside the boat? I'm not really sure. But then we get into more of the video. It gets tipped on the side, and then it flashes to this scene again. So this was a laugh, but I slowed it down, and I feel like it says, "Help me, help me." It could just be me, but I feel like that's what it says. Also, with all these bubbles going across the screen, I feel as if there's a couple things. The bubbles could be coming up because things are sinking, but they are also floating up. So if they're floating up, I don't think that there would be bubbles. But usually bubbles underwater mean there's some kind of oxygen or something along the lines of that, meaning making me think that there is life down under here, which could be, but she's breathing. So this goes on for a while, but one thing I found that was interesting is that there's this light that keeps flashing. Now, at first I thought maybe it was Lana's light on her desk that was flashing because maybe it was going out and in, because it was on when it was floating up. But I'm not really sure. It just keeps happening. It's bright. Honestly, couldn't tell you what I thought maybe it. But this goes on and then it's just pitch black. So this is the first cutscene for the event that's happening this Saturday. So if you go back to my video, I feel like this makes perfect sense because in that video I showed you that Dress to Impress is starting to have cracks within the entire map. And these cracks have not been there before. I know they haven't. And it's not some type of glitch. I feel like Dress to Impress would have noticed this or something. But there's cracks, there's paint chipping off. I think this has a lot to do with the upcoming event this Saturday. If this is what has happened, if DTI has gone underwater, then that would mean that things would start breaking. And I also feel like this kind of relates to Studio Zach asking, so right here, the dressing rooms, the size of the dressing rooms, love to hear opinions. We have 30 plus items, ideas to making the map smaller. So I feel like what is happening is that DTI is asking for opinions on suggestions to make the map smaller. What other brilliant idea, would they do other than make a scene for the Lana lore quest, having the map completely destroyed so that they can revamp a smaller, updated, new one? That is my guess. So my guess is that they're doing all of this so that they can revamp the entire map. We also got a sneak peek of this picture right here. So we have, again, the boat, which looks like it is up, on top of the ocean or wherever this may be. Then we have an anchor. But the thing is anchors usually hold something down. So it's either like a boat or, something, they weigh it down. So we have two large anchors right here. So what is up above that the anchors are holding? Could it be Dress to Impress, like the map? We also have these pillars right here. We have this temple looking thing that I feel like looked very similar to this right here. So if you go back, it looks very similar to this one right here. So is this underwater? Like the Greek mythology cutscene? Then we have that light again that is shining through. So another thing that they released was this new top. They said, "Who's ready to celebrate another DTI summer? Check out the first sneak peek of our new crochet swim top. Please make sure you're in the game at 11 a.m. Eastern this Saturday for a special mini live event. Everyone in this game, when it happens, will get a special gift." So people are speculating that maybe this is the gift that they're going to get. But I've also seen other people say that maybe we're getting the boat. then again, somebody said, you know, the boat's kind of lame. Why would we get a boat? I don't know. But it has been referenced so many times that I feel like maybe we're getting a boat. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts? So we have this top, and then we also have these that are coming out, which I don't know if. Oh, this. Okay, so it says, Miss Them, the beloved Mary Jane shoes are making a comeback, revamped to match their original shape with updated socks, coming soon with the summer update. So that's kind of exciting. So, other things that I want to talk about is that back in the Q&A when Amoy was asked, will we ever be able to know truly what A looks like? And her response was, yes, the next time we have a quest, we will reveal some more detail and design. Well, we all know that we're getting a quest this summer. So that means that we're getting either updated Agnemon, or we're gonna, get more detail of him. Not really sure. Another thing I want to point out is that Lana is missing. And in that video, it's called The Help We Seek Is Yours, for what is coming cannot be foreseen. And then her toy boat is left behind on her desk. So the help we seek is yours. So obviously that is us. But what is coming cannot be foreseen. So my question is, do we think that Lana was lured in by sirens? From the sirens had trapped her. Did after Lena came back, in her scene, she said, I will do anything for you. You need me, blah, blah, blah. What if he made Lena a siren and this was her end goal, was to lure her in and trap her? But my thing is that wasn't Lana getting on that boat in the Greek cutscene. That was, I can't say her name. It was her. So if that was her, where is the real Lana? I don't know. There's so many questions. So many questions. So are the deer, the owl, the boat clues trying to tie Lana's story to the Greek tragedy and transformation? We really have no idea. So, you know, we have been given so much, and I'm so excited for this update coming this Saturday. And I really think that everything that has led up to this is going to completely change the map. And this is just a live event on Saturday. So the actual huge event, the summer update, isn't coming until the end of the month. So this live event I feel like is just going to really tie into whatever's to come for the summer update. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Did you guys see anything that I did not see? Did I show you guys something that you haven't seen before? I'm not really sure. I've looked at it so many times and I'm a little late to the party on this, but really wanted to do some research. And so if you haven't already, make sure this Saturday we are giving out a prize to somebody who submits their best fit for Dress to Impress to Mrs. _Trayer at yahoo.com. We're going to pick our favorite one and give them a prize. Make sure to put your name tag or username for Roblox so that we can send that to you. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. We're almost to our next big goal, which is 800, which means another live with giveaways. So so happy that I was able to put this out for you for the update tomorrow. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.